Hey everybody, it's Benjamin here at the Zoha Fragrance channel. Today we're going to be talking about none other than Napolean Cologne from the house of Zoha. This is a great fragrance. It is inspired fragrance of Aventus cologne. It's not an exact clone. There's definitely different notes here. I'm going to read those to you in a second. But first off, I want to say that this is great for the price. If you're looking for a Aventus cologne, if you're a Aventus junkie, I really do think that you need to look into this one. And look no further because you might just love this thing. Now let me read the notes to you real quick, and then we're going to jump into the fragrance. This one has musk, mandarin, birch, patchouli, mint, pineapple, and vetiver. So you're getting away from that apple, blackcurrant, pineapple top that Aventus is known for and famous for. This is a interpretation of the cologne version, and I really do like that they added pineapple instead of, the black currant and maybe some of the other hidden fruity nuances in the Aventus cologne. I think that this stuff is much better, and I think it's what you want. I think this is what the market wanted. This is what you want, guys. The Aventus cologne that they made, they took away the pineapple, they took away your ambergris. Yes, this one doesn't have ambergris, it has musk. But by golly, oh my goodness, this stuff smells great. It's fresh, it's lively, it's happy. The mint really stands out in a really good way. The original has a herbal nuance, a green nuance. It's more like a sage that actually is kind of strange and sometimes bothers me. The mint in here actually makes the fragrance happy. It makes it fresh. It makes it, I think it works really well and it's blended right. Y'all know that I do not support Aventus cologne. I think it's a terrible creation. I think the opening was kind of nice, and it kind of transitions pretty poorly into the dry down, and it smells more like Allure Homme. This stuff smells more like a real, Aventus-like fragrance. It really sparkles. It's really citrusy and fresh. There's some airy patchouli, which is a really nice nuance. I'm a big sucker for mint. The mint is really happy and adds a really nice, fresh aspect to this. The dry down isn't exactly ambergris. Of course, I wish there was some real natural ambergris, but there's musk, and it's nice in the dry down, no doubt about it. But the biggest thing is that this has pineapple. This smells like pineapple. Aventus cologne does not have pineapple in it. I want to say that to everybody out there. Please know that. If you're buying Aventus cologne because you love pineapple in a fragrance, they took it out. For some reason, they made a horrible decision. One of the worst decisions in fragrances that I've seen in a long, long time. You took out the thing that everybody wanted and everybody loved. Why'd you take the pineapple out of Aventus cologne, Creed? It's kind of ridiculous. Anyways, this fragrance is really nice. For smell-wise, it's probably my favorite Aventus type fragrance, or even my favorite Aventus like fragrance, on the market today, especially for the price. Y'all know that as a fragrance reviewer, if you're a fragrance lover, you've come across maybe 50 to 100 clones at this point. It gets kind of obnoxious, it gets repetitive, it gets boring, and Aventus for me is kind of soured because it's not special for a niche fragrance to me anymore. Yes, you can smell unique, you can still get compliments. Not everybody in the world has smelled Aventus. Not everybody knows what Aventus smells like, and not many people. There's still a lot of people in the world that have never even heard of Aventus. But it gets kind of annoying, but this one is a little bit different. I love how this is a little bit a different spin or a different twist on that classic DNA and that classic smell, and it's really nice. Longevity wise, this is about a 6-hour fragrance, or maybe 7 hours. It's not a beast by any means, but it's a very good fragrance. And I believe it is it's a parfum concentration. This is stronger than just your regular EDT. I have some sprayed on my hand here and my arm, and this is just really nice. It's fresh, it's lively, it becomes a little woody in its own interesting, fresh way, a really light, interesting woodiness, and I really think that this is what people want. I just don't think that many people have tried it and many people have heard about it. If you've tried this fragrance, if you want a new Aventus style fragrance, if that's what you're looking for, or maybe you like Aventus cologne and you want something that lasts longer, this does everything right. It has the pineapple that you want. It has an interesting twist on it. It's improved. It's blended better. Of course, the Creed quality comes through. The Creed quality is better. I mean, it's a better product in the quality department, no doubt about it. But this one smells better because of the notes they've chose and how it's blended. This stuff is better in my opinion because of the price as well and the longevity. Aventus cologne is going to give you about 3-4 hours or so. I mean, yes, longevity is subjective. I've heard some people tell me that they get 7, maybe even 8 hours out of Aventus cologne. I mean, I get half that if I'm lucky. This stuff gives me about 6 hours or so and is double the strength of Aventus cologne in my experience, in my opinion. So a very nice fragrance, quality wise, pretty much. It's not going to be amazing quality if you want Creed quality. This is a interpretation house, $60 About fragrances, but it's good quality. It lasts, a lot longer. It's better blended. I think that this is a win-win-win all around. And of course, I do want to be upfront and tell y'all that this was sent to me, but this is my own opinion, and the only reason I'm talking about this is because I think it's amazing. I think that this is worth your money. I think this is worth every penny, and I think you should certainly try out the House of Zoha. I don't think that Zoha gets enough talk. They have some amazing oils as well. Zoha has some really good fragrances for the money. Zoha is just, I don't know, it's one of the better clone houses and clone brands and doesn't get a lot of talk. There's no reason for it. Zoha deserves some love and it deserves some talk. So let's talk about the compliment factor. Y'all know that I'm not, I don't care or really focus on compliments, but I do like to talk and tell y'all about how people interpret a fragrance. How do people feel about a fragrance? What do people think about a fragrance when you wear it? So this stuff is very nice. Again, on my skin, it becomes a little bit more woody. It becomes a little bit more of, an interesting, fresh, fruity, woody fragrance, which I really do love. But, it smelled classy. It smelled kind of uplifting and fresh. People did enjoy it on me. For me, Aventus never was a compliment king fragrance. And I don't know why people always say that it is a compliment king fragrance. Yes, it has great performance. At least it did originally. Yes, people notice it. But especially with the real the real vintage batches, it was more of a smoky fragrance. There was a lot of oak moss. It smelled gentlemanly. Maybe it smelled like a fragrance a little bit more for an older man. The reformulations, the newer versions, the newer batches, have really made Aventus more of a fun, fruity, citrusy fragrance. With very little or none of the smoke, none of the amber, not a lot of the ambergris at all, and none of the oak moss really. So it's a completely different fragrance. If you want that happy-go-lucky, that easy-to-wear Aventus fragrance, and you want something that maybe is a little bit more woody than smoky, I think that, again, this is just such a great choice. People did like it, again, on me. They felt it was uplifting and cheerful and fun, but I didn't exactly get a lot of compliments. I get compliments more with blue fragrances, fragrances that might only cost you $20 if that's what you want. Get Nautica Voyage and get those kinds of fragrances. But, compliment-wise, this fragrance did get me good attention, and it was a very nice fragrance. So what's the price again? The price is about $60 or so, $55 I think. But definitely check out their bottle size. It's not a full 100 ml, but definitely still a great value for money for what you're getting. It's cheaper than Pineapple Vintage, or Parfums Vintage, whatever they call themselves these days. Alexandre is a fantastic brand, and some people really do like the Duas, but so far, Duas really haven't worked for me. I do have to say that. So, in my opinion, and there's some Bond interpretations of Aventus. Again, I'm going to say it. This is the best Aventus on the market, best Aventus style fragrance, best, Aventus inspired fragrance on the market in my experience, in my opinion. So please check this fragrance out. Let me know in the comment section below if you're tired of Aventus fragrances or if you're excited to get maybe a really good interpretation of a very nice, wearable, easygoing, everyday kind of Aventus or pineapple fragrance. Again, this, as far as pineapple goes, this is where I'm going, guys. If I want pineapple, I'm reaching for, Napolean Cologne from Zoha these days. So Definitely thank y'all so much for being here today, watching my review. If you stick to, if you stayed to the very end, I do think that you like my content. So please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share the video, tell a friend, and thank you so much for your support and your love. I really do like making these videos for y'all, being a fragrance enthusiast and a fragrance friend with you. So thank you so much for being here with me. In the comment section below, let me know, again, are you fatigued? Are you tired of Aventus? Are you excited for this one? Because this isn't exactly a clone. This is a inspired fragrance. It's its own twist, and it is a big improvement, in my opinion, over the Aventus cologne. So this is my opinion, guys. This is my feelings, my experience. Thank you so much for being here. Everybody, wear what you love, rock what you got. Have a fantastic time. Have some fun for me, and I'll see you next time, my friends. Have a good one, and bye.